Welcome to Colts Law. I'm Lawrence Owen, with me as usual, Colts Loyalist, and today was the first practice after Week 1 preseason against the Carolina Panthers, and there's a lot to talk about, all right? First off, in this practice, there was no Sam Ehlinger. There was no Paris Campbell, both out with an illness. And with that, it allowed more reps for other people, mainly Jacob Eason got all the first team reps today and apparently looked really, really good. Quoted by most local media as stating best camp of his career, right? Looked the most comfortable. And what do you expect after having a kind of a fire sale this past Sunday? doing a great job. Apparently he went 12 of 16 today. Hit, including a drop from Kylan Granson, hit T.Y. Hilton 5 times, which is the biggest amount of targets I have seen T.Y. Hilton get in a day since camp started, right?
Right.
Apparently he hit Kylan Granson twice as well, Jonathan Taylor on a couple flat routes, hit Michael Pittman, Naheem Hines, Michael Strawn. Michael Strawn is another name that, with Paris Campbell out, was able to get a few more reps in today, and that is with the first team. What do you take from Eason going 12 of 16 today and doing a really good job, and also Michael Strawn getting first team reps?
The second one, let's talk about that real quick. That is amazing. I mean, you think about it. This young man was drafted from a Division I school. And I mean, seventh round, what was it? Was it the seventh round? Yeah. And not too many people were expecting a great deal from him. And then he's just come out here and gotten everybody's attention day in, day out. We sit there and we talk about these young guys, and consistency is normally the biggest thing that you have. He's come out, he's shown that he can run the route tree a little bit. He's shown that he's very open to learning and getting better and crafting his skill. But most importantly, when he's out there, when he has his opportunities, he is maximizing them to the fullest. And I mean, I'm super hyped for that. I mean, it's good whenever you've already got the nickname Mega Strong, and stuff like that. I mean, everybody's looking for something to tie him to it. So I'm very pleased for him.
Yes.
And the Jacob Eason side of it, I mean, think about it, guys. He hasn't played an organized game of football in over 2 years, okay? So I think, honestly, this preseason game was just a massive, check on the checklist and stuff. And I mean, to hear that he's come out today, everybody I've heard reports from is always talking about his confidence and how he just seemed to be, more confident in what he was seeing and everything. I'd have to believe just getting that first game, getting that, because during practice, you don't have guys coming at you. During practice, you don't, you're not going all the way. Whereas yesterday or Sunday, they were, full throttle, and he had to worry about it, as we've seen. He took a few sacks. So, yeah, I am so happy to hear how he's taken this and just run with it.
Hey, guys, please smash that like button, hit subscribe if you're not subscribed, and tag that notification bell so that you're notified next time I go live. Don't forget, you can also share this video to your favorite social media, and please open up that description of the video. In there, you find a link to my Patreon, which is only $5 a month. Get all of my content, plus Patreon-specific content, and, of course, my merch shop right here. This video is sponsored by Newsbreak. Newsbreak is an app used over 1.5 billion times a month by people just like you to get local news via articles or videos by those who are focused on that specific area. People like myself. Just use the link in the description of this video to download it. Then search a city, state, or someone specific, like myself, Colts Law. Then make sure to follow them so you'll get all the news fresh as it comes out. Speaking of those sacks, some interesting tidbits came out of camp today and in the interview that I had with Frank Reich yesterday. We were talking about, first off, with Frank Reich about the left tackle situation, and he said that, he was just going to let things go as it is. And he also mentioned that Eric Fisher was making serious progress. Well, apparently today, Eric Fisher was out doing more than just sprints today. He was doing high steps, high knee steps, stuff like that. Frank said that he expected him to be out there within probably the next week in dress doing, individuals, not full team reps, obviously, yet, but, just the next step in his rehabilitation progress. Another thing that was brought up today, apparently, the offensive coordinator, Marcus Brady, was asked about Jacob Eason and those sacks. And he said that another thing that they could work on is Jacob Eason is apparently, when he's taking his drop back, is taking a step too far. They're wanting to make sure that when he takes those 7-step drops, that it's just a 6-step rather than a 7, or more likely just run the 5-step drop rather than a 7-step drop. So he's not quite as far deep, and he doesn't have to worry about thinking about stepping up nearly as much. That could legitimately help the tackle situation, so that they don't have to worry about giving up that inside pressure as much when someone comes in on a bend on the outside. So we're going to keep an eye on that as well. But what about T.Y. Hilton and his 5 catches today? Apparently one of them being a toe drag at the back of the end zone for a touchdown. We haven't seen much from T.Y. all camp. He might get a catch or two or a target or two here and there, but apparently today he really showed up.
Yeah, and I think it was sort of expected with Ty. Him being a veteran, and he just needs to find that rhythm and stuff. But to sit there and hear that he's doing this, doesn't surprise me. The toe drag. I mean, we've seen this now for several years with Ty. But it is good to see that he's getting these reps now with Easton. This quite possibly this may be a combination that we're going to need to carry us through week 1 and week 2 or whatever, until Carson gets back. So I'm not surprised that he's doing it. It just really sounds awesome that he's learning to do it with Jacob at the helm.
So apparently cornerback Rock Ya-Sin also had a great day in practice today, picking off a pass deep down the sideline while he was step for step with the wide receiver and watched the ball while he was running stride for stride with him and watched it right into his hands on an interception, doing a lot of good stuff there. Obviously, from what we saw from the I can't believe I just about said Jacksonville game. My goodness. Yeah, there went my professionalism, ladies and gentlemen. From the Panthers game on Sunday, some cornerback issues obviously still there, especially with TJ Carey getting hurt. What are your thoughts of Rock Ya-Sin stepping up today during practice?
We've reported it a few times that, Rock hasn't looked as bad as what some of the reports have been coming out. So to hear that also, makes me feel happy, excited. But like I said, I feel like Rock is doing what he needs to hold that spot down. I don't see anybody from behind him that's really challenging other than maybe TJ Carey. But like last year, there was a lot of, interchanging parts and stuff with the cornerbacks. So the fact that he's out there and he's elevating and doing everything that we've asked for him to do, then that's ecstatic, and hopefully it'll continue into the season.
So today was the mandatory cut to 80 to 85 from 90, and names that were dropped, obviously tight end Graham Automitis, running back Darius Anderson, defensive end Demontre Moore, wide receiver Courtney Davis, and cornerback Nick Nelson. Were any of these guys someone that you thought might possibly had a shot at even making the practice squad?
I wouldn't say that any of them I thought, long term had a shot, but I would say that, you saw some flashes from running back, Darius Anderson. I remember going out there and seeing him have a great day. But to sit there and say, did it surprise me, or especially as deep as our running back field room is, I'm not surprised by it. And quite honestly, I could see this young man, possibly getting another chance with another team.
Don't forget that the next roster cut comes next Tuesday as they go from 85 to 80 with 5 more again seeing that cut. And then the final one, of course, right after the final preseason game where we cut to 53. We will bring you more news as it develops here on Newsbreak and on YouTube. Please don't forget, share this stream. Hit the like button. Show people that, that where you could get all of your Colts information. And until next time, I'm Lawrence Owen. That's Colts Loyalist. And as usual, have a good one.
Just because a player's not a household name doesn't mean we can't make him a household name.